Silence is not empty. It is heavy. It is alive. Most people do not understand this. They believe energy comes from movement, from noise, from constant action. They believe power is loud, restless, aggressive. But the samurai knew something different. They knew that the deepest source of unstoppable energy is born not from chaos, but from Seijaku, stillness. Before you move forward, let me ask you something that may unsettle you. Why are you tired, even when you have done nothing meaningful? Why does your mind feel exhausted before your body ever reaches its limit? Why do you wake up drained, distracted, and restless, yet the day has barely begun? This is not a physical problem. This is not a motivation problem. This is a loss of inner stillness. And without stillness, energy leaks away. Tonight, you will learn the Seijaku trick, the same silent principle that fueled warriors who fought without fear, monks who endured hunger and cold, and men like Miyamoto Musashi who walked alone through chaos without ever losing clarity. This is not about becoming calm for comfort. This is about becoming still to become unstoppable. In the modern world, energy is constantly demanded from you. Notifications, expectations, opinions, deadlines. The battlefield never sleeps. Yet no one teaches you how to recover power. You are told to push harder, hustle longer, and consume more stimulation. The samurai faced a different kind of pressure, but the principle was the same. A warrior who entered battle with a noisy mind died quickly. A warrior whose heart raced before the first strike lost his balance. So they trained not just the sword, but the inner state. They understood that before the external fight, there was an inner battlefield. Your battlefield is invisible. It exists between your thoughts. It is where fear whispers, where doubt multiplies, where distraction steals hours of your life without you noticing. You may never hold a katana, but you fight every day. And you are losing energy not because you are weak, but because your mind is constantly moving without direction. Seijaku is the counterstrike. In Japanese philosophy, Seijaku does not mean laziness. It does not mean passivity. It is dynamic stillness, a calm so deep that action becomes precise, powerful, and effortless. Zen monks cultivated Seijaku by sitting in silence for hours. Samurai cultivated it by standing motionless before combat, breathing slowly while chaos screamed around them. Miyamoto Musashi, the undefeated swordsman, wrote about this state without naming it directly. He spoke of a mind that does not cling. A mind that does not hesitate. A mind that does not chase thoughts. Musashi fought over 60 duels. He survived ambushes. He lived as a ronin, homeless, hunted, alone. Yet his energy never fractured. His focus never scattered. Why? Because he did not waste power internally. Most people exhaust themselves before they act. They replay conversations. They imagine failure. They scroll endlessly. They worry about outcomes they cannot control. The samurai trained to do the opposite. They emptied the mind. And in that emptiness, energy accumulated. Let me take you to a cold morning in feudal Japan. A young samurai wakes before dawn. The floor is frozen. His stomach is empty. He kneels in silence, facing a wall. No music. No words. No distraction. His master watches. Minutes pass. Then an hour. The student's legs burn. His thoughts scream. His mind tries to escape. But he stays. This is Seijaku training. Not because silence is peaceful, but because silence reveals weakness. In stillness, you meet yourself without armor. This is where most people fail. They cannot sit with their own mind. So they run. But the samurai stayed. And in staying, they forged an energy that could not be shaken. Here is the truth most people will never tell you. Your energy is not stolen by work. It is stolen by inner noise. Every unnecessary thought is a leak. Every emotional reaction is a drain. Every moment of mental chaos is energy burned without purpose. Seijaku seals the leaks. It teaches you to stop reacting. Sun Tzu understood this. He wrote that the victorious general wins before the battle begins. That victory comes from preparation, positioning, and psychological advantage. Seijaku is psychological positioning. When your opponent is restless, you are calm. When the world rushes, you remain grounded. When pressure rises, your breathing slows. This is not weakness. This is dominance. Let us talk about fear. Fear is not loud. It is subtle. It hides behind busyness, distraction, and overthinking. Fear tells you to delay, to wait, to prepare forever. The samurai did not eliminate fear. They outgrew it. Through Seijaku, fear loses fuel. Because fear needs noise to survive. In stillness, fear has nowhere to hide. When you sit quietly and feel fear without running, it weakens. When you stop feeding it thoughts, it dissolves. This is why Seijaku creates unstoppable energy. Energy trapped by fear is released. Imagine a blade. A blade does not become sharp by striking wildly. It becomes sharp through slow, repetitive, silent refinement. The samurai sharpened their swords daily, not because the blade was dull, but because sharpness fades without discipline. Your mind is the same. Without Seijaku, it becomes blunt, distracted, inefficient. With Seijaku, every action cuts cleanly. Miyamoto Musashi often fought opponents who were physically stronger, better equipped, and more confident. But he won because he controlled timing and mind. He would arrive late to duels, not out of disrespect, but to disturb the opponent's emotional state. The opponent would burn energy through anger. Musashi arrived calm. This is Seijaku in action. While others leak energy through emotion, you conserve it. While others panic, you observe. While others rush, you strike once, with full force. Now listen carefully. The Seijaku trick is simple, but not easy. It requires you to stop filling every moment. It requires you to sit without stimulation. It requires you to let boredom sharpen you instead of weaken you. Here is the core practice. Daily deliberate stillness. Not meditation for comfort. Not relaxation for escape. Stillness as training. You sit. You breathe slowly. You observe thoughts without engaging. 10 minutes. Then 20. Then longer. At first, your mind will rebel. Good. That is weakness leaving the body. Most people think energy comes from excitement. The samurai knew energy comes from control. Control of breath. Control of attention. Control of reaction. Zen monks trained breath until it became invisible. Samurai trained posture until it became effortless. Why? Because when the body is still, the mind aligns. When the mind aligns, energy flows without resistance. Let us speak about procrastination. Procrastination is not laziness. It is fear disguised as delay. Seijaku dismantles procrastination because stillness removes the emotional fog. When you are still, tasks lose emotional weight. They become neutral, clear, manageable. The samurai did not think about victory. They thought about form, foot placement, grip, breathing. Focus on form, and energy follows. There is a Ronin mindset hidden here. Ronin had no master, no home, no guaranteed future. They survived through internal discipline. Seijaku was their anchor. When everything external was uncertain, stillness was certainty. Your life may feel unstable. Relationships change. Careers shift. Plans collapse. Seijaku remains. And from it, energy returns. Now I will give you the inner samurai code born from this principle. First, silence before action. Never move while mentally noisy. Second, breath before reaction. A single deep breath prevents wasted energy. Third, observation before judgment. Clarity saves strength. Fourth, stillness daily, no excuses. This is training, not preference. Fifth, one-strike mindset. When you act, act fully. This code does not motivate you. It transforms you. You may ask, how does stillness create unstoppable energy? Because energy that is not scattered becomes force. Because a calm mind does not fight itself. Because clarity removes hesitation. Because discipline compounds quietly. Seijaku is not dramatic. It is inevitable. Imagine your future self. Not louder. Not busier. Not frantic. Calm. Grounded. Focused. This version of you does not seek energy. Energy follows them. They move less, but achieve more. They speak less, but are heard. They feel pressure, but are not crushed. This is the samurai state. Return now to the opening question. Why are you tired? Because your mind never rests. Why do you feel stuck? Because your energy is leaking through noise. Why do you feel unfocused? Because stillness has been forgotten. The Seijaku trick is not new. It is ancient. It is simple. And it works because it is honest. The samurai did not chase motivation. They cultivated stillness. From stillness came clarity. From clarity came action. From action came victory.